Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. This is a new series that we're going to start, and this is an update on some of our past product reviews. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail unless I feel that it's necessary, but for the most part, I'm just going to show you what I'm still using, what I've changed, what I'm not using anymore, and just talk about the reasons why I am or I am not using those things. So in today's video, we're going to touch on we're going to talk about the deer crossing arrows, we're going to talk about Havok broadheads, we're going to talk about Trophy Ridge sights, and we're going to talk about the Moultrie A5 camera. So we're going to touch on those four things, and probably going to run through them pretty quickly. First thing that we're going to talk about is the deer crossing arrows. I'm still using deer crossing arrows. I'm using the SD Hunter for my compound bow, and I'm using their crossbow bolt for my crossbows. Excellent arrows. I've had no complaints about these things. They've held up fantastic. These have both been through deer, and they both are still in fantastic shape. No issues, no complaints about deer crossing. Have wonderful penetration with them, and they are still my arrow of choice. So while we're on that, let's talk about the Havok broadhead. The Havok broadhead I've been using for 4 to 5 years now, and have, again, still my choice for broadhead, and just no complaints at all. This Havok right here has actually been through a deer. So has this one. This is a crossbow bolt. This is one I shot my big 8-point with in the 1st of September. This is one my son shot his doe with last week. Held up great. These things are awesome broadheads. They are durable. They leave great blood trails. In the past 4 or 5 years with these, I've had fantastic blood trails and had really good luck getting kills on deer, especially in shots where I didn't make the greatest of shots. But the combination of these arrows, the arrow weight, and these broadheads, I've been able to get good penetration on some. Like my buck, I shot him right in the hip on the left side, and it got all the way through into his heart and just cleaved the path on its way. So the combination of Havok broadheads and deer crossing arrows is still my choice for arrow broadhead combination. Now, I got a couple extras here, and that's the reason they're not on one of my bows, but I've got to set up another bow because I actually killed a buck with my bow, and I'm setting up a second one. So the Trophy Ridge React sights are still my choice for sights. Built like a tank. This is the Pro 1, this is the upper end version of it, and this is the one that has an inline. So that's the inline version of the React sight. Love both of these sights. I still use them, the old versions too. I've got some of the old versions running around that I use still quite a bit, but these two are my preferred one. I like this one because it's so lightweight, and really does make a difference on the bow compared to the old one. Tough as nails, no complaints on these, and my accuracy is actually really good at long distance with these. This is the one that I prefer, and this is the one with the vertical pins in it. I think this is called the V5. This is the one I prefer, and I really like those vertical pins. It really makes the I don't like it, the pins coming in from the side. I never realized how much they obstructed your view until I started using this V5. This one, with the pins down, I line it up with the deer's leg. I got a point coming up, and I got a point on top. I line it up with the deer's leg. I bring it to the dot that I want, and I let her fly. And it has really become an efficient way for me to shoot, and I really like this Trophy Ridge Reactive V5. Last thing here is I did a review on these a couple years ago. This is the Moultrie A5. Now this is one of Moultrie's lower end cameras, real basic camera. And I do use a lot of Moultrie cameras still. I have almost all Moultrie cameras except for 2. I've got a Bushnell, and I've got a Tech Beam that I got from a company in China. This is the low-end Moultrie that I don't even believe that they're making anymore. But this is the A5, and I've got 2 of them now, and both of them are not functional for me anymore. One of them will not take pictures. It'll take pictures, but something wrong with it as far as when you cross it, it'll take pictures. It's supposed to take 3, and it'll take 1. And sometimes when you cross it, it won't take a picture at all. So, and one of them, the flash has stopped working. So this one, these are no longer cameras that I use. The A5 actually just hang out here. Now, I will say this about Moultrie. I called them, told them about the cameras, and they asked me how old they were. I told them how old they were, and that I didn't have the original receipt. And they said that they no longer have their repair shop, but what I could do is, if I wanted to, I could send these in, and they would give me a discount on a new camera. So if I sent both of these in, I could get a discount on a new camera, which I'm probably going to take advantage of that and just get me a new camera instead of these A5s. So that's the only Moultrie camera that I have any complaint about. I've got several other Moultrie cameras and they're just solid as a rock. But this A5, the lower end one, I think I paid about $60 a piece for these. They did not hold up very well. After a couple years, this is the second season with them, and I've started to have problems with them. Moultrie has stood behind them and done a really good job as far as customer service goes, I think, as far as it made me happy anyway. So that's just a look back at some of the products that I've reviewed, some of the ones that I'm using most of them, and one that I'm not using anymore. So there's a little bit of information on them after they've been out in the field with me for several years, and we're going to start doing this on several products as we go, because there's some that I still use religiously, and there's some that I kind of use every now and then, and there's some that I just don't use at all. So there's you guys, I owe it to you guys to give you a look back at some of the products that we've done now that it's been, you know, a year, 2 years, 6 months, something like that. So keep an eye out for more of these update reviews, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Be sure to check us out on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors, and be sure to visit our website, ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys.